Hey gang, I'm back with another video on the big camper. If you saw my other video I put some jack stands underneath the camper to help stabilize it. So I may tag that video on this one so you can see it as well. If not, you can go back and look at it. But in this video, I need to deal with the rear air conditioner on this Coachmen Wyoming 40-foot fifth wheel camper. Now, this is a used camper. We bought it earlier this year, 2019, and as you can see, it's got a big covered carport up there. It also has a deck on the other side, and so this camper's not going anywhere. We have it in an established campground near the lake, and we love it. We love coming over here and just spending some time with our dogs and just enjoying, you know, a getaway. But the last time we were here, we popped a circuit breaker on the main panel, and we started looking, and we talked to the owner of the property, and he said that the difficulty is trying to run two air conditioners at the same time. So we thought, that's odd, because you know it should be designed to handle that. Well, it does, but you can hear another air conditioner kicking on this camper to my right. But what happened is that this air conditioner in the back, it was running and running and running, and we think it overheated the breaker and made it fail. So I started to investigate, and I realized that there wasn't proper airflow in that air conditioner. It's in the back, and I'll show you that location. And the air conditioner itself had tremendous condensation on it. It was dropping fluid out of it, dropping, you know, water out of it inside the camper. So that told me something was wrong. And I'm not sure if it's not venting properly, or if it's not, the air is not flowing through the ductwork properly, because we were getting very little air movement internally, because this has an upper or an overhead ducting system for the air conditioner. And so I ended up shutting that unit off and just letting it sit. But I brought with me this time some cleaning equipment, and and some tape and different stuff. I want to see if I can remedy whatever it is that's going wrong with this air conditioner. So let's have a look. Alright, so this is our camper. Pretty happy with it. And back here is, well, let me spin around here. Here's the rear AC. I'm going to call that the inlet, because it shouldn't be blowing air out of that. That should be the return. We've got these other ducts here that should be the output, because those are throughout the camper. So you can see them obviously run all the way back, and then we have this rear or forward unit, and that runs great. But we also still have all those ducts. Alright, so with that being the case, let's say I turn this thing on, and the thermostat is behind this entry door. So I'm going to turn it on and just see what happens. And see, this is the weird part. I feel air blowing on my hand. That should not be doing that. That should be the inlet. So something tells me it's not right. And I'm going to open this up and have a look at it. Alright. So again, to me that forward section looks like the intake, but I need to see how it ducts it back out. And I see there's somebody added some duct tape up there. Really looks sketchy to me. And then I also noticed, if I can show you, up in the squirrel cage, you see that? Yeah, there it is. Sorry. There's a mud dauber nest up there. And then the squirrel cage is all filthy. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there's the mud dauber. I'm going to go up on top and get another look and see if I can't determine how the ductwork actually works. I think I invaded this guy's space. He's not real happy about that. You gotta go, buddy. You're gonna have to go. Sorry. So here I am on top of the camper. This is the rear unit, of course, and I need to take off that cover. And it has 3 square drive screws that I need to remove. And prior to doing that, I turned off the power to the air conditioner, and I recommend you do the same. Well, I was wrong. There was actually 4 screws, and you can see the cover's off. And this really doesn't help me much. Obviously, this is the cooling unit or the condenser, and you know, this is the internal structure for the squirrel cage. Well, the motor's here, squirrel cage is here. So you have to have an inlet, and then a forced air movement, and then an outlet. So I'm going to keep on looking this over a little bit and see if I can't find a better way to determine my flow. I know this may sound kind of strange, but anytime I experience something new, I try to investigate, and if I can help you out by showing what I find, well, then it benefits both of us. While I'm here though, I'm going to use some of this Frost King air conditioner coil foaming cleaner. Again, I got this off of Amazon, and I can post a link for that, but I'm going to try to clean up any debris that's in here. I should have got the fin straightener, because obviously somebody's been in here and has banged up the fins, but I did not get one of those, so I'm just going to have to use the cleaner. The lid also has some bristles on it, so if you wanted to, you can try to get in there a little bit, work anything loose. Not much coming off. It points out in the instructions on the can that you apply the spray foam, let it do its thing, and you don't have to rinse it, because it says condensation accumulation will completely rinse the emulsified material. However, you may wipe clean or rinse with water if desired. So I'm just going to let it go. Alright, so I'm confident with what I said earlier, that of course that's being the forward air inlet, and then the air should be flowing out of the back through the squirrel cage, you know, because it blows straight down through that opening right there into the cavity where this box is. So if you look, you see that green foam board? Try not to get it, let me see if I can dim that a little bit. There. That's the green foam board. That's actually the duct, and that carries it to the, say, left side of the camper. And then over here on this side is some more green kind of foam board material. And you know, I wasn't too sure at first, but then what I did is I took the, you know, just kind of looked at this vent right here, and with nothing on it, no light at all, the inside is dark, and then I took my flashlight, and now you can see the light lighting up the inside of that vent. So with that said, let's see if I turn this light back on. I don't know if you can see all this very well, but you know, I was talking about the air recirculating. Well, there's a cavity up there. You can see the hole. going through on both sides, and I'm thinking it was just looping the air. I know it's kind of, I'm trying hard to do with one hand, or you know, both hands holding things, but there's a cavity up there. Let's see if I can zoom in. See that? And so I think there's evidence of tape in that area, and it just seems odd that it would allow it to pull air from what would be the chilled air back into the inlet. So I'm going to try to get some tape up there and block this off and try to get this thing working correctly. I thought I'd let you know that I'm using this Impreza foil tape, 1.9 inches by 150 feet, and this stuff is really sticky, and I think it's going to do a great job. I would recommend, if you're using this, to start the separation of the backing, because it's not like a roll of fibrous duct tape. This is metal, so this side's sticky and it has a paper backing. But once you get it started, just keep on going. Don't try to tear off a piece and then tear off another piece and work your way up, because that'll get very frustrating. So I now have everything hopefully blocked off the way it's supposed to be. I could probably add a little bit more here and there, and I did get some up in those corners, not only on the inside, you can just see it, but also on, well, on the inside and the outside, let's say. So I think I'm ready for a test. Well, it's definitely improved, but I can show you with this piece of paper. Now, this doesn't make any sense to me. You know, this is, again, the intake, but this is blowing, look, this side's blowing up, this side's blowing down. That makes no sense. So it's just looping again. But I did find that the flow out of these is improved a great deal. So I think what I'm going to do is tape off these areas right here and just force it to push out those other openings, because it just makes no sense. It would just come right out and suck right back in, and you're not doing yourself a favor at all. See that? That's crazy. Alright, this is what I'm going with. Haven't really tried this, but I think it's going to work. If any of you are familiar with these systems and you think this is a bad idea, please leave a comment and let me know if I'm making a huge mistake, but I can't see why you would want to have cold air circulating right back up into the intake. So I'm going to give it another go. Alright, so I've got all that taped up, turned on. Now look at this airflow. Still a good flow, but not wanting to rip it out of my hands. And of course now with these closed off, I actually have airflow coming out of my vents. And it's doing it throughout the camper, so I'm happy with that. That's a good thing. So that'll be the end of this video. Now I'm going to relax in nice comfortable air conditioning, enjoy some Cheez-Its Snapped, don't tell my wife, these are hers, and kick back with some sweet tea from Jack's fast food restaurant. Pretty good place if you never tried it. So if you like this video, by all means throw a thumbs up on there. If you would, subscribe, like, share, all those cool things. I want this channel to grow and I need your help. And I'm going to share some Cheez-Its with Lily. Can you see her? Good girl. Shh. Take care. You ready? Good girl.